Hey guys, this is Julia Wright, PTA Council President for Union, in case you don't recognize me, because I am sitting in a parking lot at my child's dance studio, because we're all parents first, right? And I thought I would come to you with a video instead of sending you an incredibly long email with all of this information. But sometimes watching a 3 or 4 minute video is more entertaining. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, here's item number 1. Installation banquet next week. Julie Leniger has only received RSVPs from Cedar Ridge, Clark, and Jefferson. So if you have sent it in or you haven't, please go ahead and follow up that email with Julie Leniger or myself at unionptacouncil@gmail.com. And that needs to be done by Friday because we have to make sure we have the right number for food. Your tickets can be paid for at the door. You do not have to send your money to the ESC. In fact, please don't do that. Go ahead and keep your check for the banquet next week. Also upcoming is May 16th. It's our officer training. We are going to do it significantly different than what we've done in the past, where we all split into individual rooms and we only learn about one office at a time. But we know that we have some small PTAs where people are holding 2 positions or they're helping with other positions. So we're going to do a lot of cross training, some open forums, and some roundtable discussions on how to do a lot of the work, because what works in some PTAs may not work in others. And I think if we work together, we can get the right information to the right people. So please be prepared to come to the boardroom on May 16th and get some training for our new officers, our outgoing officers, our incoming officers, our 2 years ago officers who might be helping, whatever. Whoever wants to come to this training, please do. It's only half a day from 9 to noon, 9 to 12:30. It's going to be super informative. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. May 16th. Also, there will be no May council meeting because we decided, our executive board decided that the majority of what happens in the May meeting is the awards, and not very many people come because of school events and because of life events, because let's be honest, April and May are bananas as parents. And so if we can take one thing off our calendar so we have one less place to be, we want to do that for you. So no meeting on May 15th, which is the general council meeting. No meeting. Instead, we're going to do our awards at the banquet. That's pretty impressive to think of that, huh? We're going to do our awards at the banquet. So if you want to nominate your unit or a volunteer in your organization for awards, these awards need to be submitted by April 23rd. And you can find those forms on the okpta.org website. So please go on there, fill those forms out. We also send those nominations to the state for state awards at convention. Now, convention is July. Let me see if I have that written down somewhere. July 12th, 13th. In Norman. I went to the state board meeting this past weekend and spent the whole rainy day at the NEC, which is this national federal building for post offices. I'm not 100%, but it's a really cool place, and that's where convention is going to be. So you want to make sure that you're at this meeting, at this convention, because we're voting in our new officers for the state board. So the new president is they're the president-elect that will be sworn in to our board in July is Allison Taylor. And then there is a slate of officers to be presented and voted on at convention. Also to be voted on is some bylaws changes. There's a couple things we're going to be voting on. You definitely want to be there. You want to see these bylaws. You want to see these standing rules. You want to know what's in your stuff. It affects you too. But there's also a dues increase for the state dues. Right now, when you take for example, I'm from McAuliffe. We pay $5 for our membership. $1.75 of that $5 goes to the state office. They take that money from each membership and they distribute it out into several programs. And we as a state board have cut and cut and cut to the point that we're starting to cut programs, and we don't want to cut funding to programs. So we voted and approved a 50-cent dues increase. So instead of paying $1.75 to state and $2.25 to national, you'll be paying $2.25 to state and $2.25 to national. Now, 50 cents. You guys are like, okay, Julia, why are you doing a video about that? But let me tell you, 50 cents adds $20,000 to our budget if our membership doesn't grow at all. Now that to me is mind-boggling, and they have already proposed a budget that puts that money back into programs. It does not go to the board expenses. It goes back into advocacy, leadership training, diversity, information disbursement, membership promotion. And guys, we are so close to last year's membership number, and we want to make that happen. There is 1,734 memberships short of last year's membership numbers. So if we each sell 5 memberships, guys, that's a lot. And the state can really use those funds that goes back into our schools and back into our programs that help our kids, because we are here to advocate for these children. And 50 cents is really barely even a cost of living raise. So just be prepared. Also, in June, the national PTA is voting on an increase. And if you go to pta.org, I'm not sure where it is in exactly, but there is some information about the dues increase vote that is happening at the convention with them in June. The last thing, so let's get those memberships in. Let's send those memberships in monthly. Send that check in monthly so we can get this difference made up. Because we don't want our membership to decline another year. We want to get it to go up. Let me see. I think that's everything. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a valued volunteer in our organization. And I'm so thankful for each of you. If you want someone to see this, go ahead and share that with them. I am looking forward to seeing all of you at the banquet next week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me, unionptacouncil@gmail.com. Thank you.